Tootsie. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the JeepSolid garage. So last time we left off with the removal of the ball joints on my Project 92 YJ here. Today we're going to get to the installation of those. So let's get to it. Rattlesnakes!
Don't drop it.
Stop! I'm a little excited to take. Just going to take a wire brush and kind of clean up the surfaces here a little bit. Make sure we don't have any debris in there. Alright, so here we have our upper, and behind Tootsie here, our lower ball joint. So I'll be sure to include links for these in the description below where you can find them that fit on this Dana 30 axle. So let's press these into place real quick. We'll start with the bottom one first. Now depending on your ball joint, you might have to use different configurations. Let me show you what I got going on here. Because this little rubber boot won't come off, you don't want to press on the stud, you don't want to press on that rubber boot. I had to pick one that fit over the whole thing, clear up to the shoulder of the knuckle there. So that's what I'm going to be pressing with. I got to press from the bottom because that's where the adapter is for this guy, so that'll work. Then on the top, this is one of the tapered piece because this part of the axle, this is a little thinner out here, a little thicker back there. So you want to use this tapered guy because you want to press it in as straight as possible. So let me put the thinner edge on the inside, thicker on the outside. It'll fit on there like that. Get this guy over my ball joint. And we'll tighten it down here. You just want to make sure that you have everything lined up, that you're pushing on it straight and that you're pressing it straight in. And now we'll drive this guy in until this shoulder seats all the way down. There we go, lower ball joints installed. Okay, now with this ball joint seated in there all the way, there's a little ring around the top here, a snap ring that goes in. It doesn't fit! There's no way to get a snap ring on that. It's alright, calm down, don't freak out. So we've got it seated all the way up against the shoulder there. And the top, you can see where it's, that's where the snap ring goes, but there's no way to get it on there. Here's a look at one not installed, and that's where the snap ring goes on the top right there. But I guess it's real common, or I read a lot about these Dana 30s, that's not uncommon. The original ball joint doesn't have a snap ring on there anyways. If you look on Jeep forums and things, a lot of people say like, yeah, they run into that. These ball joints are designed for a lot of different applications, a lot of different vehicles. If you can get the snap ring on there, great. If not, you're fine to run without it. But let me know what you guys think. What's your opinion on that? There's no way to get that snap ring on. I could get another set that doesn't include a snap ring, but that's the way this one fits. Now the top one here, very similar process. We're going to take this little rubber bushing off so we don't damage it. Save that for later. We're just going to set it in the top here. And where's my little hammer? I don't know where my little hammer is. We'll use my big hammer. I'm just going to kind of tap on it to get it to seat there. Receiver on top, this tapered guy on the bottom with the large end pointing out towards us here. And as long as you're pressing it in straight, you've got all your adapters on there nicely, you're good to go. Okay, and with that, looks like we got both of our joints in all the way. And that's seated down all the way onto the shoulder there, nice and flush. They can be a little bit of a pain to get in there, but that's where a good ball joint press comes into hand. If you've got a chintzy little one, it doesn't have a lot of adapters, it can be real difficult to find the right fit. So this one, I got from AutoZone. It's a complete kit, 23 pieces, worked really well. So now both of these guys come with little grease fittings we're gonna put on there. And I think I'm gonna aim those grease fittings towards the back. You don't want them aimed in towards the wheel because it can make them very difficult to get to. So you can aim them in or towards the front or towards the back. I think I'll aim them towards the back. So if I turn my wheel away, I can get to them pretty easily. But let's put the steering knuckle back on, our axle back in, our hub and all that. Let's see if we can do all that in about 60 seconds. What do you say we just bust it out real quick? Get our little rubber boot back on there. Got our top grease fitting in there, the bottom guy. And of course I cleaned up the steering knuckle. Torque the top to 75 foot-pounds and the bottom to 80 foot-pounds. Install the cotter pins. Shoot some grease into them. A little extra grease in here where the hub sits into the knuckle. Gonna gently slide our axle shaft back in there without damaging our seal. Install our 3 hub retaining bolts. And torque them to 75 foot-pounds. Attach our tie rod. Torque it to 35 foot-pounds. Install a new cotter pin. Rotor. Brake caliper. Our brake caliper mounting bolts. 132 inch-pounds. And finally, we'll get the wheel on here and we'll torque the lug nuts to 100 foot-pounds. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. If you have any tips or tricks, check out my next video right up here. Have a good day.